Hi, welcome all you REI noob tubers, just coming at you with a new video. This is going to be a driving for dollars in computer chairs video. So we're just essentially, if you haven't seen this segment, we just drive for dollars together, and I kind of go over some of the things I'm seeing, um, and I share what I have to share. And obviously, if you guys notice anything and want to share anything in the comments, please do. We're all here to learn. We're all here to help each other and help each other grow. So this is really for everybody. I know, I do wholesaling, but essentially anybody that is looking for deals, this I feel like could be beneficial for you. So we're going to get at it. So let me bring up that screen share. And again, if you don't know, we do use batch driven, which is pretty awesome software. I'm going to kind of show you real quick. I do have a batch driven video to kind of give you a better idea of what it can do. But we started tracking our properties as far as where we're going. It'll actually show you where you drove. If you click that green button at the top right hand corner of the app, it'll let you do that. So let's get started. Right. So this one I think would be a good one to call on. It's been owned for a little while and looks like it might need some updating. All right. All in all, though, it's not a bad property. Okay. So just to let you guys know, we are driving in Centerline, Michigan today, which is a suburb outside of Detroit, Michigan. If you're not really familiar with the area, if you're somewhat familiar, I should say, with the area, it's close to like East Point and Roseville. It's not very far from there. Okay. So what we're looking right now is just for anything that looks like it could be a little dated, because if it's dated on the outside, it may be dated on the inside. Maybe the people that have lived there for a while, and not only may they might not be wanting to be there anymore, but also perhaps there's quite a bit that needs to be fixed on the inside, and that's what we want to try to help people do. At the end of the day, we're not creating deals, we're finding deals. If people have no problems, then they should be selling on the MLS, not necessarily with us. Now, obviously, every now and then, and I mean every long now and then, you'll get somebody that just wants a cash offer and is willing to take a significant discount on their property. But that's not really what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is find people that are in a position where they need to sell, and unfortunately they wouldn't be able to sell on the MLS because the houses are just too out of date. Maybe they don't have the kind of time to wait for it to sell. Some areas, things are going to sell very quickly, even if it's a cash buyer situation. But there's a lot of areas that it might not happen super quick. And that's what we are there for. We're here to try to find on or off market properties for their owners so that they can find a way out of the situation. But also what we're looking for is off market properties for, ourselves and cash buyers. So it's just, again, like I always reference, we're here to help. we're here to add value to cash buyers as well as the sellers themselves. We're kind of the middlemen. All right. Let's go back. Sometimes if you guys do decide to use batch driven, I believe there's still code for it. It's not my code, just to let you know. I have no, I don't have any affiliation with batch driven, but other than I use it, obviously. But I do know that they do have a code 990, and that gives you a couple of free skip traces when you're just getting started, which is kind of nice, you know. And I think it also gives you maybe like a free week or something for a trial, which is really cool too. Ah, darn it. I thought for sure I was gonna. Sometimes I live in kind of, I wouldn't say in the middle of nowhere, but I don't live where the internet is super high speed. So sometimes it's just my internet that's kind of lagging. How do I get back there? Okay, so we need 111.73. So how you guys are, tell me how you guys are doing in the comments. If you guys have any questions, obviously that I'm here to answer anything I can, or at least point you in the right direction. You know, if you guys are having any problems or having have any questions for me as far as, you know, getting deals or selling deals or whatnot, please let me know, because I definitely will help you in any way I can, and if I can't, I will try to find somebody that can help you. All right, so also what we're looking is, again, kind of, you want to see the landscaping, you want to see if, you know, that possibly has anything. Looks like there's some kind of notice there. That might not be a bad property to look at. Some things too, just, you know, so you guys know, if you're just starting out and you don't recognize some of these things, some of these, it takes time. You know, it doesn't happen overnight where you just know one market perfectly. But if you do enough driving for dollars, whether it's in person or not, I can tell you 100% you're going to know that market in and out. You know, after you know 200 hours driving, you know, in a specific market or an area, things, you're going to start seeing things becoming a lot more clear as far as what things are selling for, what it quantifies as I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for, but what's a property that's a little bit has the value add situation. Distress, that's what the word I was looking for. It just takes time. You know, and although a lot of areas are going to be similar, they're not all the same. You know, something in one area that would be maybe no big deal and not a sign of distress, in another area might be a very much so sign of distress. for sure. And although I agree we are looking for ugly houses, that's not necessarily the best, I think, way to put it sometimes. We're looking for anything that would show any type of distress, you know, whether it's that everybody thinks of financial distress, and yeah, sure, that's a big one for sure. But there's also distress, maybe they are in a situation where, they can't keep up the house anymore, and maybe it's gone, for a long time that they haven't been able to keep up. And that's why I say you're here to help. You're not necessarily here to, if you don't chase the money will find you, is I guess what I'm saying. That's not the right one. Yep. That roof is pretty good. Actually, all in all, it's not that bad of a property, but I don't know. Sometimes I just go with a gut feeling. A gut feeling that I have right away. Like sometimes I can't even tell you until I've looked at it for a while what it is. I just have a feeling, and that doesn't mean I'm right half the time, or a quarter of the time, or a tenth of the time, or a tenth of a percent of the time. It's just, you're just, like I tell you guys, this number game. No matter how you choose to find the properties, it's still a numbers game. You're never going to create that perfect list where every single person you call is going to be in a situation where they're wanting and needing to sell at a discount. That's just not how it works. Let's see. We're going to add this one too. Also put what market you guys are in. I mean, obviously some of you guys are going to be in Michigan, but I'm guessing there's probably going to be even more of you that are not in Michigan and are not in Michigan and are just trying to learn about wholesaling or finding deals. So definitely let me know. I'd like to know also, I mean, how many, I don't, so before anybody thinks that I'm trying to sell a program, I am not a real estate investor coach or anything like that. But if any of you guys do have coaches, let us know that too, because although I do have a coach, I think that there's a lot of people that, number one, need to know how frequent successful real estate investors have coaches. It's it's just kind of what happens. Doesn't mean you have to, but it sure as heck helps a lot. And they'll help in ways that sometimes you don't even think about. Sometimes it's just as simple as they might be they might push you a little bit out of your comfort zone so that you are so that you're doing things that are going to get you results. This is a major road. I don't think so. It's pushing it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. I think that might still be a side road. Okay. Darn it. I know this thing had one. I'm looking for one of those tick marks on here. Like, you know, that roof, I mean, this one's pretty good. It's probably on the other side of pretty good. But the other one looks like if you were doing a rehab, you might be, that might be something that you would be considering doing. For sure, if any of you guys are doing rehabs and you are new to doing rehabs and maybe saw a show or just have read about it, or maybe you watched, listened to Bigger Pockets and you want to do rehabs. Again, nothing is a requirement. It's your business. You can run it how you want to, but I think a real estate coach for rehabs is a very good idea, because from what I have seen and heard, it's fairly common for people early on to make mistakes that will end up costing them. Now, granted, those mistakes are going to, some people think it's like a rite of passage kind of thing. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to lose money. It is what it is. And there's some truth to that. But a coach might be able to help you lessen the amount of those mistakes, so that you're not putting so much into a property that you're just not going to get back. Also, if you guys are looking for a great book, if you guys are into, rentals or learning about rentals or real estate investing in general, a great book here. I can't think of the name on right now, but let me show you. It's called One Rental at a Time by Michael Zuber. And it's a great, he's got a podcast. It's an awesome podcast, but he talks about how you want to find like 1,000 properties before you even consider actually going out and buying them, because you need to understand the value. And a lot of people they see well, I guess that's already on the list. All right. They might see that a house, the ARV might be, let's say 150, and they feel like they might be able to push it to 175. And it just, I'm not saying that's never the case, but that's probably a more advanced decision. Pushing ARVs, because at the end of the day, everything has to go through a real estate appraiser. So, and what he's going to be doing is looking at comps in the area that support that value. And unfortunately, if there's no other comps that support the value, then the odds of somebody taking out a loan for that full amount that you're trying to get is probably slim. Now you could say, well, maybe they're willing to pay cash for part of it, and that's true. It's possible. But like I said, I just don't know if that's a really great technique to have when you're just starting out. And likewise, same for the opposite. You don't want to go too cheap and too inexpensive in an area where more is expected, because then it's not going to praise for enough. Or you might have trouble moving it. I mean, there's a lot of different problems that you could have in the shoot. Want to add. Oh, darn it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the system or if it's my internet or what's going on, but there's one I want to add. Now I can't remember which one it is. Oh, it's this one. Here we go. Here's what we get to do. All right, we're gonna add this one. All right, I got you now. You tried to hold me back, but I don't want you. All right, here. And then so that's 110.